Good afternoon, everyone. So we had some terrible freezing rain last night. The roads were icy. There were accidents everywhere. I'm staying in today and it's cold, so I figured I'd make some beef stew for dinner. Nothing better than a nice warm beef stew. So come along and I hope you enjoy. Hi, I'm Karen and this is Grandma's New England Kitchen. The first thing that I did is cut up some beef. Now, please don't anybody think that I'm absolutely crazy, but like I said, the weather is really bad outside and I just am not taking the risk of going out. And the only beef I had was a ribeye steak and one filet mignon. So that is what I'm using for my beef stew. I know, absolutely insane. So what I am going to do, one of the first things, I did already cut it up and cube it. So I'm going to season it with some salt and pepper. And then what I do to brown it, instead of pulling out a frying pan and dirtying up another container, is I do the salt and pepper. This is just some olive oil. Get it all mixed in there. And then I'm going to lay it out. Here, I'll show you this in a second as soon as I get this on here and out of the way. I put it all onto a sheet pan that's lined with foil, and I will put this under the broiler for a few minutes until everything gets nice and brown. And then that is what I will start making this beef stew with. So I will bring you back in a little bit. I am going to sprinkle a little bit more pepper and a little bit more salt on this. And as soon as this is browned, I will bring you back and we'll proceed. Bean soup. I love cooking in my bean pots. If you do not have one, you can do this in a slow cooker. You can do it in a Dutch oven if you still want to do it in the oven. I just like doing it in the oven better than a slow cooker. Not that I never use a slow cooker. I do. So I'm using my bean pot, and now I will just start layering everything in. So here's my beef that got browned underneath the broiler. I will go ahead and put that all in. And part of the way through cooking this, I will be stirring it. So right now I just layer it in. And you're also going to want to get the juices down in there. This makes easy cleanup. I'm all done with that. Guess I'm going to have to clean that. Okay, so the beef is down in there. Now, I have 2 celery and it's 2 carrots, but my carrots were gigantic. This is part of the second carrot. They were just way too big. They're like carrots on steroids. But I'll get the vegetables down in there. And then I have 3 potatoes. Okay. 1 can of stewed tomatoes. 2 garlic cloves chopped. It is half a teaspoon of dry thyme. 1 teaspoon of celery salt. 1 can of V8. And this goes back, 40 years for me. When I first learned how to cook and beef stew, the good old Betty Crocker cookbook actually says to use vegetable juice. So I've done it ever since. I do not use Worcestershire sauce. I use A1, and it's about 2 ounces. It's just a richer flavor. Two bay leaves. And then just, oh, I forgot one thing. It is going to be 4 tablespoons of rolled oats. And I need to roll my own oats. So give me a second. I'm going to go back here. Oops, I already have some oats in there. So let me get this cranked and get some oats rolled. I know you can't see what I'm doing. Here. Let's see. See, I have a little Como thing that rolls my oats. And what this does, as it's going through the long cooking process, if you've made oatmeal before and you cook it for a long time, the oatmeal gets nice and thick and creamy. This is one way doing it without using flour. And these are organic or oats. So I need 4 tablespoons. Whoopsie. Let's move you back down. There we go. So that was 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is real cooking, people. All right, then you just want to top it off with beef stock or beef broth. I'm just using a boxed one. This is one thing I do not make from scratch is beef stock. I do chicken and I do turkey. And that was perfect. Everything is covered. You want to go ahead and stir it up, you can. I'll go ahead and do that. And I will cover this and put it in a 350-degree oven for about 3 to 4 hours. And I will bring you back when it's all done. Okay, it's like 7:45 at night. This took a little while, but it is done. So here I am another time with my issue of lighting and dark. Make sure you take the bay leaves out. So let me get that out and get a little bowl of it. It's nice and thick broth, and that is from the oatmeal. I usually like to do either some cornbread or some buttered bread with it. And I did not make any. So let me lift this up and we can see, woohoo, bright light. But let me go ahead and give it a try. And it's piping hot. Let's see. My favorite part, eating on camera. Very good. So, you can probably use just a little bit of salt for me, but I won't add any because my husband doesn't like as much salt as me. So, I hope you give this a try. If you like it, like the video, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good evening.